After my fiancée became my sister-in-law, I shook down my biased dad for 20 billion in assets and bounced from this city of heartbreak. I even posted on my feed. My girl ran off with my brother. This young master is single and ready to mingle. Attached was a thirst trap of my abs that cost me thousands to shoot.
下一秒，她姐妹质疑的电话就打了过去。
Shen Buyu, are you for real? Fangshu is fine as hell. Any girl would fall for him. Even I can't help myself. How dare you leave him single for even a second? When she found out I left, Shen Buyu lost it. She immediately told her assistant to track me down. But the answer she got was, I had already left the country. Ms. Shen, with your status, you're not allowed to go abroad. This time, he's probably really done with you. Shen Buyu's eyes widened. She suddenly remembered the conversation she had with her friends at the club. Buyu, just getting back from your lover boy's place? Fengshu is usually wild like a young wolf, respecting nobody. But with you, he's so sweet yet firm. It's making me jealous. When are you planning to marry him? I stopped in my tracks, my heart racing with anticipation. But all I heard was, he's just a fling. Marry him? Please. Her tone was so casual. The words were effortless. But to me, they were like poisoned daggers, stabbing me right in the heart. At the same time, the VIP room fell into a weird silence. Clearly, even her best friends were shocked. After a long while, someone finally broke the silence. No way, Shen. It's been 3 years. Are you still stuck on the one that got away? The one that got away? My head started spinning, completely blank. Shen Buyu has an obsession. I stood outside like a soulless puppet, just listening. Shen Buyu just gave a cold When we broke up, she said give her 3 years. She'd try other people and I should too. If we still liked each other after, we'd get back together. So I did exactly that. It's been 3 years. I'm done trying. She paused. It's time for her to come back. I felt like I was struck by lightning. Completely numb, my fingers trembling. All those intimate moments over the last 3 years, they were just part of her experiment with other people. Then what about Fangshu? With his personality, if he finds out... Before she could finish, I kicked the heavy doors wide open. Everyone inside jumped. They all stared at the door. I stood there, pale as a ghost. I stared intensely at the woman in the center seat, but she didn't look surprised or panicked at all. Still that same cold expression. If she liked me even a little, she wouldn't react like this. I walked up to her, looking closely at her face. Shen Buyu, don't you have anything to say to me? There's nothing to say. It's exactly what you heard. We were just playing. I thought you knew that. Shen Luoheng bet you could get me. And any car in his garage would be yours. If a supercar isn't enough, she pulled a black card from her pocket and slid it across the table toward me. There's 100 million here. Consider it payment for being at my beck and call for 3 years. We're done here. She stood up to leave. But as she passed me, I grabbed her arm, tightly. Shen Buyu. But I actually fell for you. I was thinking about every little moment of the last 3 years. She just shook her head and showed me her phone. A notification preview flashed, Buyu. It's been 3 years. I tried, but it's still only you. Let's get back together. In that moment, my whole world collapsed. Shen Buyu stared at the screen for a second, then slowly pried my fingers off her. Sorry, I never felt a thing. She didn't even look back. As she walked away, she said she never felt a thing. So for 3 years, I was the only one, acting like a total clown, putting my whole heart into a play she directed. I stood there staring at my empty hand, then grabbed an expensive bottle of liquor off the table and smashed it on the floor. Everyone in the room froze. Nobody dared to stop me. I don't know how long passed, but I walked out. The night air hit me, and my face was cold. I wiped away the tears, hailed a cab. Follow that Maybach. I wanted to see for myself who this unforgettable ex was, the one who kept her hooked for 3 years while I meant nothing. The driver saw I was a mess and didn't ask questions. He stepped on it. But Shen Buyu, who was always so calm and steady, was driving way faster than usual. Another sting in my heart. Was she that desperate to see him? The car stopped at the airport arrivals. I paid and stumbled out. Hiding behind a pillar, I saw Shen Buyu waiting at the exit. Then a man with a suitcase walked out. When I saw his face, I was floored. Not just because he caught her in his arms when she ran to him, or because he kissed her hair, but because that obsessive ex was Fang Zun, my so-called brother, the person I loathe most in this world. 6 months after my mom died in a car crash, my dad brought a woman home. She had a son 3 years older than me, Fang Zun. My dad said she was his first love, and Fang Zun was his flesh and blood. He claimed if my mom hadn't forced him into marriage, he wouldn't have had to break up with his pregnant first love. But I knew the truth. Back then, my dad's business was failing. He was broke and desperate. He's the one who chased my mom for her family's money, promising to marry her if they invested in him. My mom gave him everything. Her money, her love. She even gave her life, pushing him out of the way of that car. And for what? Before her body was even cold, he used her inheritance as a dowry to marry his first love. Shen Buyu could have liked anyone. Why Fang Zun? While I was dazed,
Shen Buyu took his luggage
and headed to the parking lot. I followed them like I was possessed, getting another cab, keep following. Because we were close, I saw through the window Shen Buyu leaning over, talking softly to Fang Zun. She even reached out to tuck a strand of hair behind his ear. She never once treated me that gently in 3 years. I stared ahead, my vision blurring with tears, when suddenly everything went wrong at the intersection. Screeching tires, a massive crash. My cab slammed into the car in front, and we got rear-ended right after. The impact was insane. My head hit the front seat. Total agony. Blood started dripping down, blinding me. Amid the chaos and screaming, I looked through the shattered glass and saw that Maybach. The door opened. Shen Buyu got out. and rushed to the passenger side. She carefully pulled Fang Zun out. She was holding him, checking for injuries. Brows furrowed, looking so worried. She started walking him away from the crash, but as she turned, her eyes met mine through the window of my wrecked cab. I saw shock in her eyes for a split second, but it vanished instantly. Fang Zun noticed her hesitation. Wuyu, what is it? Do you know someone? I'm okay. If it's a friend, go check on them. That taxi looks pretty bad. After a few seconds of silence, Shen Buyu looked away. No one I know, just strangers. Then she walked away with him, never looking back. When I woke up, I was in the hospital with an IV in my arm. The nurse saw me wake up. Mr. Fang, you're finally awake. You've got some bad injuries. You need to stay for observation. We need to contact your family to settle the bills. I just stared blankly. No reaction. The nurse tried again. Mr. Fang? Just then, a familiar voice spoke up. The bills are paid. I turned my head fast. Shen Buyu was standing at the door. The nurse took the hint and left. Shen Buyu walked in. Looking at my bandages, she reached out to touch my forehead. I pulled away. Why is a busy CEO like you visiting a stranger? She paused. If I didn't come, who else would? She was right. Who did I have left? My mom is gone. My dad doesn't care. My stepmother is a snake. That house was never my home. For 3 years, Shen Buyu was the one who showed up whenever I needed her. She made me dependent. She made me think I'd found a safe harbor. But now she's the one who pushed me back into the abyss. Even if no one comes, it's none of your business. You said it yourself. We're over. Look, Miss Shen, I'm not that desperate. Do you really think I'd keep chasing you? After you told me you don't care, I took a deep breath, trying to keep my pride. Did you actually believe me when I said I fell for you? I was just talking. We were both just playing. And Buyu, you're such a fake. She looked at me, seeing my red eyes, despite my tough act. She frowned, about to say something, when a nurse rushed in. Ms. Shen, Mr. Fang Zun's checkup is done. He's looking for you. Hearing that name made me snap. Fine, go be with your obsession.
我这里不需要你。
She was silent for a few seconds. I only came because Shen Luohang asked me to. You're his friend. And he told me to look after you. I actually laughed. It hurt my injuries. But my heart hurt way more.
但疼痛却比不上心口的1/1000。
Buyu, don't worry. I'm not that delusional. Shen Buyu looked stunned. It was the first time she saw me cry. She opened her mouth, like she wanted to say something. But she didn't. She just turned and left with the nurse. Watching her go, I finally broke. I collapsed on the bed. I thought I'd cry forever. But strangely, the tears dried up fast. Over the next few days, I took care of myself in the hospital. Every bandage change was agony. The food tasted like nothing. I'd hear the nurses whispering in the hall about how lucky Mr. Fang Zun was in the VIP room, how Miss Shen was so devoted, staying overnight and feeding him by hand. Once I passed by his room. Through the crack in the door, I saw her peeling an apple for him. That image burned into my brain. It hurt so much I almost fainted. But I didn't cry. I'm Fang Xu. I know how to love and I know how to let go. First thing I did when I got discharged was apply for a visa. I couldn't stay in this city one more second. When I got home, I immediately ran into my perfect stepmother. As usual, she started lecturing me. Fang Xu, so you finally decided to show up? I didn't even look at her. I grabbed a massive porcelain vase in the foyer and smashed it. A deafening crash, shards everywhere. Lin Wan shrieked and jumped back. Who do you think you are? You're just a homewrecker. You don't get to talk to me. Lin Wan, remember this. As long as I'm in this house, you will always be a nobody. My words were sharp. She turned pale, shaking. Fang Xu, what is wrong with you now? My dad rushed out of the study. He caught Lin Wan and glared at me. You just get back and immediately start trouble? Can't you grow up for once? I sneered at how he protected her. I'm starting trouble? Fine. Give me my share of the inheritance now, and I'll leave the country. You'll never have to see me again. He froze, then put on a fake concerned face. Don't be ridiculous. Leaving? Where would you go? Stay here. This will always be your home. We're a family. I laughed like it was the funniest joke ever. Stop acting. Fang Minghong. You, her, and Fang Zun, you guys are the family. My home died with my mom. Just give me a number. I want what's mine. His face went sour. After a silence, he said, I know you're upset. How about this? I'll give you 5 million. Go take a vacation. 5 million? Fang Minghong, everything you have came from my grandpa's money. It came from my mom's dowry. She even gave her life to save yours. And now you're using her money to support your mistress and her bastard son, living in my mom's house. And you think 5 million settles it with her real son? Have you no shame? He was furious because I hit a nerve. How much do you want? I was ready. I pulled out a document and listed the assets and shares. You're insane! No way. You're trying to bankrupt the company. Then don't sign. I've planted bombs around the villa. Either sign the agreement and give me the money, or we all die here together today. Your call. Fang Shu! You're a total psycho! Yeah, I am. He was pale, breathing hard, staring at me. Fear for his life won out. Fine, are you happy now?
现在可以了吧？
Now get rid of the bombs. Relax, there are no bombs, I lied. But hey, you lied to my mom to get her to marry you, right? You realized he'd been played. He was so angry he couldn't speak. I got what I wanted, so I was done with him. As I headed upstairs, Zun is bringing his girlfriend home for dinner tonight. I don't care about your tantrums, but you will sit through this meal. His girlfriend is Shen Buyu. You know the Shen's status in the city. We can't offend them. Control yourself. Don't cause trouble. I froze on the stairs. Everything went stiff. Bu coming here as Fang Zun's girlfriend? Before I could process it, the door opened. Fang Zun walked in holding her hand, smiling. Dad, Mom, I'm home. My dad and stepmom switched to their fake welcoming faces. They rushed over, fussing over Zun and acting all subservient to Shenbuyu. It was pathetic. Only Shenbuyu, when her eyes landed on me, looked annoyed. She probably just realized that I was Zun's brother. At dinner, they sat on one side, and I sat alone across from them. I watched her. Peeling shrimp for him, Lin Wan was beaming. Zun, how did you and Miss Shen meet? Tell me everything. At a charity gala, I saw a stray cat stuck in a tree and tried to help, but I couldn't reach it. So Buyu helped me. Then she asked for my number. He was acting all shy and innocent. I couldn't help but scoff. Zun has hated animals since he was a kid. He even killed a cat once. No way he'd save one. They were all acting like a happy family. I wasn't gonna play along. I got up and went to the garden. A minute later, Zun followed me out. Out here alone, little brother? Look, I know why you're like this. Everyone in our circle told me about you and Buyu over the last 3 years. I stayed still, back to him, but didn't turn around. To be honest, I was a little worried. You've got that charm, anybody would fall for you. But unfortunately, all you have is a face. Your mom couldn't beat my mom, and you can't beat me. Those 3 years, that was just me letting you have my leftovers. Now that the real deal is back, it's time for the fake one to exit. I slowly turned around. I wasn't sad or angry like he expected, just mocking him. Leftovers? Fang Zun, did being abroad make you forget who you are? You're just a bastard son of a mistress. A pathetic loser who has to play games to keep a woman. You don't let me have anything. Your mom took my mom's trash, and you're taking my hand-me-down woman. I guess it runs in your blood. Taking what others don't want. His smile vanished. His face was a mess of anger. You think you won? She's just a woman I'm done with. You picked her up, and you're showing her off like she's a prize. I turned to leave, but suddenly, Zun screamed. He slammed his head against the edge of a stone bench. Blood everywhere.
瞬间爆出番茄汁。
Fang Zun! Buyu, my dad, and Lin Wan all rushed out. He was on the ground, holding his bleeding head. Don't blame him. I just lost my balance. Lin Wan threw herself on him. Zun, why are you so good? He did this to you, and you're still defending him? My dad was livid, pointing at me. Fang Shu, what did you do to your brother now? I just stood there, watching the stage setup. I looked at my furious dad, my lying stepmom, and finally Shenbuyu. She was kneeling by him, checking the wound, and then she looked up at me, with pure hatred. Perfect. She chose him. Why would she ever believe me? I walked over, and while they all watched, I grabbed a heavy ceramic planter and smashed it directly onto Fang Zun's already bleeding forehead. A sickening thud. Then he screamed for real. I dropped the broken pieces. Listen up. I didn't do it before, but I did now. Everyone was horrified, including Shenbuyu. I turned to leave, but my wrist was grabbed in a vice grip. Shenbuyu was holding me, her face dark with rage. Mr. Fang, if you don't discipline your son, for this, I will. My dad was terrified of her.
又畏惧沈不渝的权势。
He nodded frantically. Ms. Shen, don't worry. I'll teach this brat a lesson he'll never forget. He called the guards. Grab him! Take him to the ancestral hall. Don't you dare! I fought back, glaring at my father. But he just looked at Shenbuyu and asked, is making him kneel there enough? She helped Fang Zun up, ignoring his bleeding head for a second, to look at me with cold eyes. Her words were brutal. That's too light. I saw a whip in the study. I assume it's not just for decoration. Then she walked away with him. I was stunned. I couldn't believe it. She actually told him to whip me. My dad took the hint. You heard her. Give him 30 lashes first, then lock him in the hall. He doesn't get up until I say so. I fought as hard as I could, but the guards were too many. I wasn't being smart. I told myself I didn't care, but I obviously did. Otherwise, Zun wouldn't have been able to get under my skin. I was dragged away. When I woke up, I was in my own bed. Everything hurt. Nanny Jiang was crying while putting ointment on my back.
一边抹眼泪一边小声劝。
Young master, just apologize to your father. Why do you have to suffer like this? I just shook my head. Apologize? If I give in, they'll tear me apart. I managed a weak smile. It's just a beating. I got a solid hit on Zun too.
方尊也被我开了炮。
Worth it. I can take it. I pulled a card from under my pillow and gave it to her. Take this.
张妈见此吓了一跳。
She was shocked. Young master, I can't take your money. Take it. I've been planning this. I'm leaving the country, and I'm probably not coming back. You were with my mom's family. If you stay here, they'll treat you like trash. This is enough for you to retire comfortably. Quit and get out of here. She looked at the card, then at me, beaten and bruised but still caring for her. She started sobbing. She tried to kneel, but I stopped her. Nanny, I'm really craving that lotus root soup you make. Okay, I'll go make it right now.
这就去。
张妈连忙抹着眼泪。
She hurried to the kitchen. The room went quiet. I stared at the ceiling and closed my eyes. Over the next few days, I recovered in my room.
一直在房间里养伤。
I packed everything, even through the pain. I gathered every single thing Shenbuyu ever gave me. She didn't love me, but she was generous. These things were worth almost 100 million. I was going to toss them. But then I had an idea. I called the owner of a high-end club I used to go to. They were hosting a charity auction. I told him I had plenty to donate. He told me to come by tonight.